name's Tim Walter. I'm a house healer and an alternative life coach. Now you may remember a few weeks ago now we located the Earth Energy Power Centre out in the garden, and I said what I wanted to do was to actually pop a standing stone into that power centre and just see what happens, because in theory what should happen is that the water flows in the garden, the underground water flows, will gravitate towards that stone if it's of suitable weight, and obviously there's something that will happen to the earth energy flow itself. So just a few days ago we popped it in the ground. Okay, so what we want to do here is to see where these water lines are and where the earth energy lines are. Okay, so what we're going to do is just simply ask. We're going to be using the dowsing rods. They will cross to be affirmative, they will go open if for the negative if there's nothing there. These seemingly work on their own. Have a look at another video if you want to know how dowsing works. Okay, so I'm going to use one because it's a lot easier to use one than it is for two on this particular exercise. So I'm asking whether initially there are water lines near the standing stone. So there are, yes. Okay, I'm going to come closer to you so you can see this. Asking initially questions about, are there water lines near the standing stone? And that's yes. Okay, and how many lines am I expecting to find near the standing stone to illustrate this point? Is it 1, 2, 3? 3 water lines. Have they moved closer to it since we planted the stone? No. Okay, so I'm going to look for the nearest water line, closest, show us the direction that that water line is in. Show me when I cross that water line. Are you happy to do that? So I'm crossing a water line here. Is that correct? Okay, so there's a line there. Show me which direction the line goes in, please. Goes in that direction. So we're going to follow the water line now. So we're going to just walk across here. So we're going to go follow the water line. Okay, so basically in alignment with the stone, it's just here, it's about a foot away. Okay, well, I'll do some more shots of that in a minute. So there's a second line, second water line, please. So going over this way. So if I go in this direction, I'm going to cross the water line, is that correct? So I go this way, another one here. What I'll do is I'll do a shot of that and then we'll come back and look at earth energy. So what I expect to happen now, I'm not going to lay money on this, but what I expect to happen is that we've got a crossing point over there of 2 water lines, obviously underground. That I expect to move, and it may well finish up underneath the stone itself. Crossing point there. We've got a water line behind it, and I expect that to move and may even form a line with this one, and so they'll be on different levels underground. We can work out how deep they are by dowsing, and we can see whether there's a increased flow in them as well. So what I'll do is I will dowse, and we'll see as we go along. I'll update this every so often, and we should hopefully be able to draw some conclusions from this, and we can make the assumption that whatever happens to this stone, although it's quite a moderate sized stone, it's not very massive, would also happen out in the landscape with sacred sites and planting a stone out there. So we'll see what happens. What we're now looking for is earth energy lines. Are there earth energy lines associated with this? Were they here before we put the stone in? And so if we come in here, we see that we've got a line there, right? Coming right through the middle. It's a very tiny one, but it comes through the middle and then it comes out this way and basically comes right through the camera. So it comes down from there, right through the camera, through the stone, picks it up on the other side. Here we go. And then that earth energy line comes out and carries on across there. So that's one earth energy line. There's also another energy line, which I believe, if I remember correctly, was coming earth energy line. Yeah, exactly. So I'm now at the earth energy line. It's traveling down this way, and of course, here we go. Look, it hits, and there's a crossing point right there. So, and that carries on down that way. So these are tiny. These feel really, really like tiny tributaries. So we'll see what they do over time now that this stone is in place. What we expect to happen with the watercourses is that we've got a crossing point right here, which I'll stick that into, and we expect that crossing point to actually move, these lines to actually go underneath the stone now that it's there. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on that, and over the coming weeks I'll let you know how those lines are progressing. If you want to learn more about this sort of stuff, whether it's about earth energy in your own home and the benefits of it for your wellness and your mental wellness in particular, then stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon to get notified every time I do an upload. Thanks very much, see you next time.